All right, we're joined on the dais by head coach Kim McNeill, as well as
Recording in progress.
Danae McNeal and Joyner. Just before we get going, Danae McNeal, 29 points, 5 rebounds, 10 steals, which is a single game AAC tournament record. Previous high was 6 steals. And for 2 games, she's got 11 steals, which ties the AAC tournament record set in 2022 by Tatiana Hill of Houston. Joyner with a double-double, 14 points and 14 rebounds. Coach, before we get going with questions, could you give some highlights for today's game?
Words can't express how proud I am of this team. You know, back in December when we lost Micah Dennis and Sania Johnson, I know everybody counted us out, felt like we didn't have enough power to make a run in this league. But, you know, we never stopped believing as a coaching staff. We never stopped believing, you know, in this team. And I knew, you know, we got 2 of the best players in the conference right here with Danae McNeill and Amiya Joyner. So I know when they're on the court, we have an opportunity to win. But Tulsa's a tough team. They create a different type of matchup with 5 kids on the floor that can, you know, shoot the 3. You know, we beat them back in February, which gave us confidence to come in this game that, you know, we could beat them again. You know, they make you change everything you want to do. You know, we're our matchup, and we play probably 75% man, you know, which is really not what we do. So once again, that just shows the resiliency of our team and the willingness to really execute the game plan. And the game plan was to run them off the 3-point line and make them take tough twos. They hit 9 tonight. Back at Greenville, they only hit 3, but at the end of the day, we had big stops when we needed to make big stops. We executed on the offensive end of the floor, whether they were in man or zone, and just a total team effort. You know, with Danae, what she did on the defensive end, also scoring 29, Mama getting another double-double, and not only that, you know, Tati and Mama together combining for 26 points. You know, they are a force in the paint. They will continue to be a force in the paint, and I'm just extremely happy we're advancing to see another day.
Thank you, Coach. Anybody in here with a question?
Sure. I'll start from Danae for you and my for both of you guys. You know, just experience in this tournament and how much you've been able to lean on that coming into today's game against the top seed and having been on that stage last year. Just what have been sort of the conversations coming into this tournament about the experience factor you all have here?
I just feel like we have a completely different team, so we try not to harp on last year too much, but it's just to do it again and repeat. That's the plan.
Yeah, I agree with what they said.
Anything else here?
We can go to the Zoom and we can go to Patrick Mason, please, from the Reflector.
Hey guys, when you guys reach this tournament time, you know, March, you guys are playing good ball. I mean, can you guys kind of feel that something is different, like a flip is switched? And I know you guys don't like to think of that, like, hey, now it's tournament time and we're going to play hard. But I mean, I feel like you guys just seem like you can lock down and really kind of get into teams, you know, with some great consistency. You know, what's it like, you know, playing in these tournaments?
You know, we talked about when you go into tournament play, it doesn't matter what you've done before. Everybody's record is 0-0. And I don't think our seeding in this tournament really justifies who we are as a team. I think we're better than the 9th team in this league. We just had a kind of up and down season. And there's a lot more parity in this league. There are a lot of good teams now. There's a lot of great coaches. As you can see, you know, a lot of people tied for different places. So I think going in, anybody felt like they had a chance to win this. But, you know, we do have the experience. I do feel like, you know, one thing that we do well is rebound and defend. And when you're in tournament play, you need to defend and rebound. That travels. Defense travels, rebounding travels. And so that's what we've been harping on is defending and rebounding the ball and sharing it on the offensive end of the floor.
Danae, this kind of for you. I know you've handled the scoring load a lot. But recently, maybe in the past month or so, I mean, Amiya, basically all the post players have really stepped up their game. How has that helped out your game, just having them really take it to another level?
It feels great. Excuse me. It's something that I always knew that they could do. They just had to do it, honestly. But I feel like them scoring more starts to open up the floor for me as well. So it's really good that they're starting to pick that up.
And then, yeah, all those, I mean, those steal numbers are, are great. I mean, you just kind of have to be in the right position to that and just have that, I guess, that balance of being aggressive, but also still playing, some sound defense.
Yeah, and you have to read their eyes. 9 times out of 10, they're looking directly at where they're about to go.
Okay, we'll go next to Bubba Rosenbaum, please.
Yeah, Danae, kind of piggybacking off of Patrick's question there, once again, you prove why you've been the Defensive Player of the Year in the American for the last 2 seasons. Today, the career high 10 steals to go along with those 29 points. Tell us about, the film study, the game planning, anticipation, like you were just mentioning, everything that goes into making you the player that you are defensively.
We just always harp about defense wins games, and like I said before, reading their eyes, and I'm always on like the right side of the floor because that's where people love to pass first.
Patrick Mason, please.
So, with this win today, you guys knocked off the top seed, and I know Coach kind of talked about it. It's been a really tight conference, but I mean, still knocking off the top seed is huge. And how do you obviously you can celebrate it, but yeah, I mean, this tournament, you got to play again. I mean, how do you just kind of wipe that and just kind of refocus?
You want me, or you want them to answer that?
Go ahead.
You can answer it, Coach.
Okay.
That's fine.
We just, in the locker room, we say, we got about 10 or 15 minutes to celebrate this. And I want them to celebrate it because that is a big deal, a 9 seed being a number 1 seed. But, you got to move on to the next. It's about surviving and advancing. You don't have too much time to celebrate. You got to prepare for the next team. Not a lot of time for preparation. But the good thing about us is that we don't change what we do regardless of who we're playing. We're going to do our matchup, play some man, whatever. So it's not like we got to go in and scheme a lot against people's offense. So that helps. I think the most important thing right now is us to get some rest. These two have logged a lot of minutes over the last month or so, averaging 38, 39 minutes a game. So just want to get them off their feet, get some food in them, fuel them up, and just get ready to win another game tomorrow.
Coach, you kind of touched on it a bit, but just to follow up on that point on the conference, the 1 seed is out, the 14 seed has won 2 games. So now you're going to be at least 1 of 4 still standing. Does that change your approach at all going into the next matchup? Is it whether whoever you're playing, does your style change? Does your approach change?
No, we do what we do. East Carolina is who we are. At this time of the season, you can't change things. You don't have time. 24-hour turnaround, and you're playing a totally different team. If it's South Florida, we've played them twice. If it's UT San Antonio, then we saw them early in the season. I think early January, so that'll be a little bit different look. But we are who we are. We're going to win the way we win. We're going to try to make the game ugly. If it's a pretty game, then we probably won't win. If it's an ugly game, we got a great chance of winning the game. So we'll continue to defend and rebound and share the ball on the offensive end of the floor.
And do we have one more from Patrick?
Yep, last one for me, and this is for Amiya. I know you've been here for 2 years, Amiya, and both, obviously a great run last year, and you guys are in it again here. And basically, I just want to ask, is this kind of everything you dreamed of coming to East Carolina, just really being able to turn the program around and just have a shot at, doing something great here?
Oh, shit, my bad. You good? I'm going to see. Okay.
Is a dream come true? Homeschool state.
I can't.
It's a dream come true for her. To stay at home and be able to, put her home school on the map. I remember last year sitting up here after we won, and Mama, tell me if I'm right or wrong, I heard her say, "I'm so glad I came to ECU." You remember that?
You're right, yeah.
So glad. She's getting emotional right now because she could have went to bigger schools. She could have went Power 5, but she chose to stay home and put her home school on the map. If more athletes did that, it'd probably be even more parity in the game. But she's done tremendous things. She's been here for 2 years. Danae has too. They've put ECU on the map. We will continue to grow this program. We will continue to move forward, and just thankful that she chose us.
Thanks, guys.
Danae, one for you, one real quick, going off of that. How does my, make you better? How do the two of you really just complement each other, and that really showed out here today?
Mama's a great passer, so I know that when I cut to the basket and stuff, she's always going to see me. She's a good teammate.
right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.